Shalom, give all praises and glory to Yahweh Shemiel Shah, Bashim Rakadash. Bonus to the apostles of GMS, shalom to the faithful men is continually doing this work. Lord willing, make a very quick video speaking on the righteous and the wicked, because righteousness lasts forever, and wickedness is just for a moment. Wickedness leads to death, decaying, and righteousness leads to life and flourishing. All right, so you can't have wickedness rule forever and ever. And just murder and adultery and just and whatever wickedness you can think of. It's just impossible, man. Like the Lord said, if the Lord didn't shorten the time, all flesh will not be able to be saved. There will be no more flesh to be saved, because it's nothing but war. Like I always bring up that point. If Esau was allowed to rule on and on and on and on, and the Lord just don't return, even if it goes from one heathen to the other, it don't matter. Even if the next ruler is Moab or Ammon. I mean, look at the history of Moab. The history of Moab, that nigga was, look at the three kingdoms. That's like probably the most famous history of Moab. The three kingdoms. These niggas just fighting each other for, I believe, like what, hundreds of years. Then they got the other dynasties and empires and shit. It's just niggas he was just a cruel, just war. All right, look at Ammon. Look at all these damn heathen, man. All right, even 2/3 of Israel, they just wicked, and the Lord is not going to allow that shit to happen forever. But yeah, if the Lord would allow that shit to happen, and forever and ever, whatever the fuck, like I always say, it will be like Star Wars. If the Lord allowed Esau to go out to space and go to different planets and keep ruling on and on and on, it would be like Star Wars. And Star Wars is just fucking war everywhere throughout galaxy. They can travel from one galaxy to another, and they fight in that galaxy, go to a different galaxy, fight in that one, destroying planets, the whole planets, and putting species in slavery. And come on, man. So yeah, Esau's not. He can't be allowed to rule for this long. You see all these different movies and shows about the future. It's always about war, and Earth is always being destroyed. I'm just now getting into that series, the Gundam, the little anime. That shit fire. Like every episode I watch is crazy war. But you see, the Earth is through. People had to leave and go to a different. I'm learning about. I don't know. They going somewhere else because the Earth. I think there was war on the Earth or some shit. But either way, it's just fucking war. So that's why that shit needs to be put to a stop. All right. This is Proverbs 10. 24. The fear of the wicked it shall come upon them, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. And that's the spirit. I think I was that yesterday. I think that I made that video about the delusion. The Lord put the delusion on these people. So the Lord's gonna put these people in delusion, and their fear is gonna fall upon them. What they fear the most. And Esau, he fears the most of really of dying, because he thinks that when you die, that's it. And there ain't no more living again, But yeah, and also because he that's why he's scrambling to forward the technology so he can achieve immortality, but he would never do that. He can never achieve immortality. The only way you can achieve immortality is through Yahweh Shai. You can prolong your life a little bit longer with all these damn heart transplants, and but you will never ever be able to live forever, because in order to do that, you need Yahweh Shai. All right, you need the second covenant. You need the laws to be inside of you, and the second covenant ain't for no heathen. It's only for the Israelites. It says, as the whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more. But the righteous is as in everlasting foundation. All right, so the wicked is gonna be no more. They're just like a storm just passing by. But the righteous is as everlasting foundation. All right, we gonna live forever. Our name's gonna be forever, and righteousness is gonna be forever. All right. Verse 27: the fear of Yahweh prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. All right. So, like I said earlier, righteousness tend to life and flourish, and look at the law and look at what righteousness produces. It produces life. The Lord tells you to be fruitful and multiply, and to grow, not just yourself and your children and your family, also your business. But what Esau does, he teaches you to don't be fruitful and multiply. Don't have children, because if you do, you might be most likely be put on child support. Or even if you don't, children is still gonna be hell of expensive. All right, so he makes you don't even want children. All right, you know what I'm saying? And if you do got children, he will teach you to let them do whatever they want. A fucking child, bro. Children believe that they're fucking dinosaurs when they children. You really think a child can really decide what gender he is or whatever? Fuck, even though you born a man, you gonna be born. You gonna be born. That's simple as that. But you give the child a choice to be like, you know what? I'm a girl, even though I was born a boy. I'm a girl. That don't make no sense, bro. As a kid, you used to think you was fucking Batman or the Ninja Turtles or some shit, man. Or you I used to think I was a fucking Jedi, man. You really think that's smart to give a child that type of power to choose what they want to be? Or like, no, you're a fucking child. Scripture says foolishness is bound into the heart of a child. A child don't know what the hell's going on, especially at that age. He ain't thinking about sex and shit, man. Esau, he's pushing at that vibration, man. As a kid, like I said, I'm like, when I was a kid, young kid, I used to just be into fighting. Star Wars and Avatar, Last Airbender, Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man. I didn't give a fuck about, women and shit, man. I didn't give a goddamn about that shit. You know what I mean? And as a fucking kid should. You probably should start thinking about women around 12 or whatever, but you fucking 10, you fucking 7 years old, you shouldn't be thinking about that shit. All right? But this world, they just push that shit on your own children. Now, to the point where children wants to mate with their own fucking sex. So all this wickedness, all this shit produces is just death, man. It doesn't produce life. Men and men cannot have children. Women and women cannot have children. All right? Man and beast cannot have children. There's a lot of weird shit, and bestiality is legal. I would say, I remember the number 5. I know at least 5. It might be more now. It's 5 fucking states, man. All right? That's ridiculous, man. It says, the hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. And you see right now, the world is not in gladness. People got problems. People got to get to work, but they can't get to work because the car is fucked up. Then they don't want to get to work. They don't want to pay you. You got a slave. You can't just go to work and be like, okay, I'm going to go to work for a couple of days, and then after that, I'm going to take a few weeks off. You can't. Because if you do, your black ass will get fired, and then you be on the streets. Don't get paid from your job from 2 weeks. For 2 weeks straight, don't get paid from your job and nowhere else. You will be right on the streets, man. It's nothing but sorrow and grief and worry in this world. It's not fucking gladness right now. The expectation of the wicked shall perish. His expectation, because this nigga thinks that he gonna see hip everybody and transhumanism, and he gonna become God on earth through his technology, which that's not gonna work, man. That shit gonna perish. All right, the way of Yahweh is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. All right, that's simple and plain. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inherit the earth. All right, like the scripture says, the meek shall inherit the earth. You know what I'm saying? The righteous shall never be moved. It's never going to be a point where the Lord is going to get rid of all righteous men. That's not going to be the case. Though it may be few right now, but we still never going to die out. There's always a 7,000 men, which this is a number of completion. There's always a complete number of men that's never going to bow the knee to bow out. You know what I'm saying? But eventually the wicked will perish. All right. But let me see, Salakia. Yeah, man. It's pretty much the point. I'm gonna get one last scripture and I'm gonna close it out. Let me see. This is James 1:9. It says, "Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he's exalted," and that's beautiful, man, because you know, like the scripture says, one of my favorite scriptures, and I think that's 1 Corinthians 6. It says, "We are poor yet possessing all things." You know, we don't. You know, we're low degree, we're low status. You know, we don't have anything in this world, pretty much. But really, you know, we the gods of the earth, really. And in due time, the Lord going to exalt us, and then we're gonna possess everything. Right now, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, but in due time, it's gonna be back into our possession. You know what I'm saying? Just like you have an inheritance from your parents. You know what I'm saying? You know, you probably won't be able to get the money until you turn 18. So right now you broke, you know, you 16 years old, you broke as hell. But just in 2 years, you know, or you 17 or whatever, and you just got a couple months to your birthday. Once you're 18, now you can inherit fucking $2 million. And now, just in a matter of, you know, it might be 11:59 a.m. or it's like a p.m. And then just one more second, and then there you go. Now it's 12 a.m. Now you 18 years old. Now you be able to get that money. The Lord is gonna switch the roles. All right. He says, but the rich, and that he is made low. So the Lord's gonna, like I said, switch roles. The poor and the lowly is gonna be exalted, and the rich and proud and haughty ones is gonna be abased. It says, because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but it withereth the grass, and the flower thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashion of it perisheth. So shall the rich man fade away in his ways. And it's not the one I wanted, but that's a good one too. This is the one I wanted. 1 Corinthians 7, and that's not the one I wanted. Salakia. I know where it's at. This is 1 John 2 and 17. And the world passeth away, the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. So yeah, so that's, you know, the conclusion of the video. is that the righteous shall be, last forever, but the wicked shall be destroyed. They all gonna pass away, but we're gonna be everlasting. All right. So with that hope is edifying. Give our praise and glory to Abbas Shah, Abbas Hakadash. To the apostles of J. Mesh, to the brothers in this work, that was say Shalom.